what would happen to your practice, for your doctors, for your associate doctors, for your team members. Practice explosion in 2024. I want to talk about the team, empowering the team, and the team understanding the chiropractic message or the chiropractic principle, which I believe that when we in chiropractic talk about the chiropractic principle, so many people have asked me through the years, Dr. Shiffman, Dr. Rob, what's the chiropractic principle? You say you're a principal chiropractor. What does that even mean? So here, a lot in our profession doesn't even know what that truly means, let alone the team members of the chiropractic offices don't even know. And it's so important to empower our teams, to have the passion, to have the eyes of their understanding to be enlightened, to know the truth, I believe, about chiropractic. They also have to understand and own the message, because the CPs that I like to call my team members, CA, you've heard me say this before, chiropractic assistant, that's okay, but I think chiropractic professional is more important to speak as a professional, because not many people are even in chiropractic. And when we say chiropractic professional, it brings our team more value and to a higher level, and exhorts them and even encourages them to own the mission, that they're on this mission of chiropractic to the community that they're in and also other communities. So I want to read from our masterpiece, which was the last book written by Dr. B.J. Palmer, 1961. And I'm just going to read a little bit here. And this article was from a Dr. Kenneth Lipke, who was a New York chiropractor. And the basic principles of chiropractic can be best stated in the simple phrase, health comes from above down, within out. So usually we say above down, inside out. Here in the last book written by BJ in 1961, health comes from above down, within out. Chiropractors contend that man, with his limited and finite inter-understandings, can never and will never be able to comprehend the complex and infinite workings of the many mechanisms that make up our body. Chiropractors prove we came equipped. This is what your team needs to own. Chiropractors prove we came equipped at birth with innate intelligence that was and is fully capable, if not interfered with, of creating, developing, and maintaining our bodies throughout our lifetime. Creating, if not interfered with, of creating, number one, developing, two, and maintaining our bodies throughout our lifetime. Does your team know that? Because if your team knows that and they own that, when they're speaking about chiropractic from the front desk or taking them inside an office tour or doing different types of systems and procedures, in speaking to the practice members and speaking to the patients, we need to have them speak chiropractic, not speaking about what's the weather, how's the news, is Biden going to beat Trump? Is Trump going to beat Biden? Whatever that may be. That's not what we're there for. We're there, gang, to save lives. We're there so the blind can see, the lame can walk, right? The deaf can hear. We're there so there can be signs and wonders and miracles. We're there to express ADIO, to express the principle of specific scientific chiropractic. We're not there to chitter-chatter about what happened even at church on Sunday. We're not there for that. We're there to be focused on this message right here in the masterpiece, 1961, Dr. V.J. Palmer. Chiropractors prove we came equipped at birth with innate intelligence that was and is fully capable, if not interfered with, of creating, developing, and maintaining our bodies throughout our lifetime. Chiropractors demonstrate when innate intelligence is able to express itself freely and fully in and through the body by regulating, listen to this, by regulating, coordinating, and controlling the mechanisms, organs, systems of the body, then the patient is in a state of health. That all diseases, regardless of where, when, or how manifest themselves in the body, basically are caused by interference, which prevents innate intelligence from exercising normal control. Chiropractors have proven that all diseases are basically and fundamentally a loss of the control, regulation, or coordination of the body by innate intelligence. The area involvement or type of disease develops as a result of the area or manner in which interference to innate control manifests itself. If your team speaks this, and this is on page 140, starts on page 139, you should get this book if you don't have it. If they own this and they speak this from the front desk throughout the day, it empowers your patient, it stimulates referrals, it opens doors for you to go speak and spread the message of principle-specific scientific chiropractic. But you have to own it as a team. We have to have our team enthused, passionate, pumped up, excited about ADIO. Chiropractors present a principle and practice. This is how they actually need to explain it like this, and so do you as a chiropractor. Chiropractors present a principle and practice that the solution to the patient's problem can only be brought about by the correction of the interfering media and consequent return of control, coordination, and regulation of the body to its innate intelligence. That it and only it has the knowledge and experience and means to heal, repair, rebuild, and rejuvenate the sick body of the patient. Now, obviously, if it goes beyond repair, well, then we have to start to use outside in. Obviously, we have to have proper nutrition, exercise for the innate intelligence within our body to function at its optimum health level. Sometimes we have to do outside in, maybe decompression, maybe laser if it goes beyond what the innate can repair. But the basic message of chiropractic principle is so important that our team understands and speaks the truth and owns this every day. And then what happens is, what I've found in my practices over the last 4 decades is practice explosion, and people are hungry. They're hungry for this. They're hungry for ADIO. People want to know ADIO. It's a secret that many don't know, right? We already said Pat Temple, whatever it was, 5-10 years ago, said that only 3% of the population, if I'm quoting him correctly, knows chiropractic, the message. Well, even if it was 50%, there's 50% that don't know the truth. And the truth, when they understand and can communicate the message of ADIO, will literally set them free, that the scales come off and they have the understanding of ADIO above, down, inside, and out, how God makes the body, how God heals the body. And now I want to speak about Stevenson's 33 principles. And what a great training is if you can call it a training, is having your team memorize the 33 principles. Now, you don't hit them over the head so strong where they can't grasp it, because we want them to grasp it. Actually, if they could just grasp 5 principles in a quarter and memorize it and speak those principles. And you need to also, in my opinion, hand out a principle a week, every other week, to the practice members so that they can understand, but more importantly, for the team to memorize in training and discuss and talk about the 33 principles of chiropractic. Because if they can own it like we own it, and if you don't own it, you need to own it. I know some of you have gone to schools that have not mentioned it. I started off at a ACA school that did not mention it. And then when I went to Georgia, my last 10 months of school, it was mentioned. I knew about it from being with Dr. Gonstead when I was at the other school. But more importantly, can you imagine if your team owns the 33 principles of chiropractic, and they're speaking it and they're talking it and they're expressing it, and you during your team meetings are chewing on it and speaking about it and expanding on it? What would happen to your practice, for your doctors, for your associate doctors, for your team members? Practice explosion in 2024. Remember, gang, with God, all things are possible. May 3rd, May 4th, united. You know what? Let's unite in the principle of chiropractic. Let's unite that when we come together, May 3rd, May 4th, a chiropractic is for everybody all over the world, no matter who you are. And we give it out to everybody. And we unite like we're going to unite May 3rd, May 4th. First time that I know of since I've been in chiropractic that there's a conference uniting the chiropractic profession together. Finally, so that we can become the head in healthcare once and for all, uniting under this message and this principle. The greatest healing principle, I personally believe, ever given to mankind. Again, remember, all things are possible with God. May 3rd, May 4th. Don't procrastinate. You heard me say that before. Double-minded persons unstable in all their ways. Be all in for the message, for uniting. We need you to help us spread the word so that we can come together. And we need to come together desperately with what's going on in healthcare. And I'm sure you all can agree. God bless you. Speak to you soon. You guys rock. Dr. Ben and I love you and appreciate you.